Hello, everyone. This is Katherine Jones here, and over 14 years at the least, I have lived, oh gosh, maybe 14 different dreams. And maybe that's just 14 years of being in business, which is a dream realized. What I want to share with you today, if you have a dream, you have a purpose, you have a thing that you feel like you are called to do, realize you can have more than one thing you're called to do. Sometimes you're called to be a mother or a father of multiple children. That's more than one dream. You may be allowed to have more than one vacation home. You may have the dream of having a big family. You may have a dream of completing a degree. You may have a dream that needs help from others. So if you want to be a grandparent, your adult children need to help you out with that. Thinking of things you could dream of, and big and little things that you can dream about. You may want to learn how to do web design, not for business necessarily, but because you are curious about it. Maybe you have a goal or dream to read so many books in a year. Maybe you want to get a car. Maybe you have some non tangible things you'd like to get, like love. You may want a strong friendship. You may want a sisterhood or a brotherhood. You may want to find a church home or a nice, safe community to live in that's affordable. And that's a dream come true because everything is so expensive these days. I'm trying to get away from all the material things we can dream about. There are lots of non material things that we can dream about and obtain. And anything from like, right now I'm enjoying the view of the leaves changing and the rain falling. Maybe you say, well, I don't have to dream about that. It's just weather. But for me, it's a dream. I want to know that my life is paced where I can appreciate the seasons changing and not have to depend on social media posts to tell me that outside my house is beautiful and that the colors are changing and that the trees are preparing for winter. I don't have to have anyone tell me that. I can look out my window and enjoy that. And that may seem easy, but I'll tell you, 14 years ago, when I started my business, was not really sure what that business was going to look like, how I was going to proceed with that business. But what I did realize is before the day I started my business, I had been moving too fast to notice things on my way to work. Sometimes I left for work and it was still dark outside. So appreciating the scenery, animals scampering around, leaves changing colors, maybe the warm air of spring and summer hitting my face. Those were not things I had time to appreciate because I have to get to work and I have to leave and get the kids off to school and it's still dark outside. So, my dream of being able to ease into my day, get up and start my day when I'm ready, um, that has been realized. I have never been a morning person, so if I'm up, I probably was up last night and just stayed up. I'm not a morning person. I'm not setting a goal to be a morning person. And that's okay. I operate when it's best for me. That is a dream come true. How many people would like to have control over their life versus a clock running your life? That's me. That's still me. I don't want to be in a hurry going anywhere. I don't want to be rushed. I don't feel like anything needs to be hurried along. I have the opportunity to cook more now without feeling pressure. We have to eat, but I don't feel the pressure because I enjoy cooking. I enjoy preparing food for my family, and especially if it's things that they like, and I'm real good at fixing those things that they like. I like to have an environment that is going to give me what I need. Over my shoulder, you see there are 4 frames back there. That is my son's, my 11-year-old son's AB honor roll certificates. And the part you can't see is my 15-year-old daughter's brag part of the wall. So in my environment, I want the children to know that they're loved and cared for and appreciated and praised. But also the same thing with my husband. He is a Cowboys fan. He is a Navy veteran. So we have those things around the house as well. But for me, I have a rack of mugs, and you may be able to see that right up under his certificates back there. And one of my favorite mugs that I received from doing good in the community. I like this one. This one is bigger than my Love Yourself mug. So if I need a double, triple charge of caffeine, I have that. But the dream is living the life that I want to live. I want to be able to get in the car and drive somewhere and enjoy myself and be back home in the same day. To me, that's a dream. Go somewhere that's far from home, but not too far. Enjoy myself for the day and come back home. And sometimes I can even do that before the kids get home and I get to have something that they didn't have to participate in. We want to be family, and sometimes I want to be just with my husband, and sometimes I want to be just by myself. So the dream of having a time allotment that allows me time to myself, allows me time with my husband, to be my boyfriend and my date, or time for us to be with our children. And the holiday season is coming, which means people are going to be lighting trees and putting up decorations, and they will be free sights for us to see. I look forward to seeing people happier and in a lighter mood. And I'm also prepared because I'm doubling up on being happy and having joy. That if someone happens to fall under the blues and I can help, I see them, I can share some of my joy and not let them be alone in that. Doing good in the community, whether it's through volunteer work with organizations like Gracious Hands Transitional Housing, um, through the Period Project, or if it's doing good in the community by being a part of the economy where I'm boosting it for employment's sake and growing my business so that I can help others to realize their dream of being self-employed, of being an independent creator. All of these things I'm mentioning are intangible things that I am so happy that over 14 years I've cultivated, and I'm looking to continue to cultivate a life that I want to wake up and be a part of every day. If you find that you are not doing that in the smallest ways, even if it's celebrating your birthday or another year, a new year, or maybe a promotion on your job, or maybe some recognition in your community or within your family, maybe you got a degree recently, maybe you learned a new skill, maybe you took on a new hobby and you really enjoy it. Whatever it is, if you set your mind to it, that's a dream. And if you get to realize it, that's the second part of the dream. The first part of the dream is having the dream, having the idea. I might want to try that. I think I might like life that way. And if you get the opportunity to pursue life to see if you would like it that way, I think that's a dream realized. So when you're looking at your life, don't compare to others. Ask yourself what you want and what do you want to live with. How many things, how many tangible or non-tangible things. What I realized over 14 years, yeah, there's stuff I want, stuff that I could still obtain, but there are things that are inner, that are in my innermost being that makes me most joyful, and that helps me get through the days that may not be as perfect as I want them to be. It's a dream. It's a dream to be able to recover in my own time when I've had a rotten day. It's a dream to be able to just go through my day the way it works for me. And if I have to change something, I don't have to call a boss and make plans to make up this work later, because I am the boss. And I've planned that I'm only going to work a certain amount of time during the week, because work is not the only part of me. I have a family, I have friends, I have myself, and I want to be able to do every part of my life that I enjoy. And cramming things in is not a dream come true. So, today's session is just to encourage you. Think about those things that you want to realize. Think about them, dream about them, have a passion about them, feel a purpose towards it, feel a calling about it, and then act on it. And sometimes you'll pursue a dream, a thought, and realize, I didn't really like that. It wasn't what I thought it was, and it's okay. You don't have to commit to it. You try it, you like it, you keep it. You try it, you don't like it, you don't keep it. A dream is anything that you want to realize, something that you do not now have and you would like to have. Not because of someone else, but because you feel like it would bring completion to your world. So, I'd love to hear from you in the comments about something that you've dreamed about, something you've realized, something that you want to pursue. And I encourage you and I applaud you for taking a chance on you. You don't have to do it the way our parents did it or their parents did it. They have liberated us so that we can make different choices, so that we can make more personalized choices, but be responsible because your choices also affect the community around you. How will you living your dream allow you to make the world a better place around you? Answer that question for me. I'll wait for the comments. Until my next video, have a super day. This needed to be said.